Oh. Oh. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am your host, the most famous YouTuber in the world that no one has ever heard of. That's what it looks like without the engine. Look how shiny that torque tube is. Okay, first assessments. We need more crowbar. That's not supposed to be loose. We're going to pull that gear off. We're going to take this timing cover off. We're going to tear it all down. All down. Crowbar style. A burned valve back here, but it doesn't look too terrible. Just park my little crowbar right there. I really don't like the mess in the background, but there's nothing I can do about it at the moment. I can't remember what size. Apparently I remembered what size. Okay, that's not what I wanted to do. 7/8? Is that what it was? No. Nope. Oh, yep. Okay. Okay, that kind of... Well, I guess we're going to look at the cylinders first, because that should have popped off. Let's bring you in closer. We might as well look at the cylinders while it's spinning. Let's start with number 1. Boy, that turns easy. Ooh. Oh, I don't know, man. Got a little bit of scoring in that one. Let's check out number 4. A little score in that one. Oh, I don't know. 2 and 3. This is the one I felt the score in, but now I don't see it. I don't feel anything. I'm not sure. To take a better look when we get it out. Might need pistons. That's a bad scrape. Well, I'd like to get this cam gear off, but it won't stop spinning over. I know! I'll stop it with this. Crowbar. I gotta rename my shop Crowbar Garage. Sorry, I'm doing things over here. Just taking this off. I'm going to set that aside just in case. While we're here, we might as well start with that, I guess. What else we got? One here. Nope. That works better. This one we got to get from above. Dang! Ba-dang! See if I can do this without breaking it. Fine, you can stay there. That is so bizarre. I'm going to have to ask him what the story is on that, because I don't think I put that in there. If I did, I don't remember. Okay, I have 11D70 3-teen bolts to take out here. I'm going to start with the hogshead and work my way around. I'm going to need to use this. I think I got all the bolts out. Oh no, he's using the crowbar! Get to that flywheel without hurting anything. Crowbar garage! Did I forget a bolt? No, I got them all. Crowbar garage. Oh. Oh. Uh-oh. For those of you that do not know what you're looking at, we are looking at what on earth? I'm going to put it all on a paper towel so we can take a look at it. What on earth happened here? We're looking at a blocked oil tube is what we were looking at. But I don't think it was blocked completely. I think it was just some stuffing. We have bits of, I'm assuming brass. A little bit of brass. We've got, I don't know what this is. We've got safety wire. We've got brass and gasket material. We have what looks like parts of a chain. More brass. I don't know what that is. It feels like it's steel. But it's... I don't know what that is. And we got more little balls. Oh, that looks like a coiled up spring. The end of a tiny, tiny spring. I don't know how that would have gotten in there. So that's what was in the cotter pins is still there. The bands are still here. The band's still together. The safety wire is still on the crankshaft. And we still got oil in it. Even though I drained it, it must have, when I stood it up, it must have emptied that front pan. Well, we don't have to pull yours off. We'll do it with the pan off. Okay, I guess the next thing to take off is going to be the pan. In the interest of not boring you, I think we're going to skip that part. One little tip for you. Before you drop the pan, drain the oil out completely. I know we got most of it out in the bucket, but there was still some in the front. And we'll just get that last little bit. Make less of a mess on the floor. I'm still struggling to figure out where those bits of coiled up wire, it looked like a piece of a spring. But we'll get that drained, we'll get this off, and we'll take a look inside. Okay, first sneak peek. See a wire? Hopefully you can see. Okay, there's a wire there. There is a piece of metal there. That feels like it might be a bearing piece. We have part of a dipper. We have more of a bearing. I guarantee that's bearing. We have another piece of bearing. Another piece of, it looks like steel, but like a, you know, you get the little blobs when you solder. That's what that looks like. Another piece of metal. Nothing there. That can't be good. Okay, in bays 2 and bays 3, let's see what we get. Anything? No. But up here, another piece of bearing. What about up here? Another piece of, that looks like Babbitt. Hopefully my balding head isn't in the way. We got 2 more, way there we go. 2 more pieces of Babbitt. This is an autopsy, but I'm going to get the pan out of the way, regroup. Okay, we'll start at the front of the engine. Right off the bat, I think I remember working on this. I think I tightened this up. We've got, yeah, I'm pretty sure I tightened that bearing up. We have a, I just want to see if that's loose. No cotter pin, but, and this is iffy. Oh, we used the original felt seal. I don't usually use those. Must have been out of the modern one. So this is pretty loose. We've got one lock nut on here, and then I've got one that probably had a cotter pin in it at one point before this came loose. I'm stunned at what I'm seeing here. Number 2. That still feels good. That one's shot. Number 3. It's a little loose, but this one here, let's get it to the top. That should have been making a fair bit of noise. You went on the test drive with me. You rode along on the test drive, and there was no, I didn't hear any noise. So that's interesting. Timing gear is still okay. Let's go to number 3. Let's go to 3 and 4. Feels pretty good. We've got castle nuts on this too, so somebody's been in here, probably me. Number 4 is tight. Oh, number 4 is like brand new. So we got 3 loose rods. But that's not what I want to show you. Okay, what I want to show you are these paddles. Okay, no problem, right? Bent. Really bent. Really bent. And slightly bent. It looks to me, and the only foreign object I've found in there so far is the dipper off of rod number 1. I can't imagine that making that amount. Well, that's 1/8 steel. These were all straight when I put them in. I can't imagine that whipping around in there with enough force to break that. I mean, this one right here, it's torn the weld. This one. It's torn the weld. It hit so hard. So I don't know what to think about that. My safety wire's still in there. I mean, there are missing cotter pins here, but I'm pretty sure I Loctited them because I didn't have any more of these Chevy rod nuts. We'll find out when I go to break them loose. The oil tube itself has a couple of little dings in it. There's one there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, So something was whacking around in here. It had to have been that dipper. There's nothing else in here that could come loose. I don't see where, well, I don't see yet where the babbitt came from. It looks to me like the thrust surface on the rear is still all there. I'm wondering if it came out of one of these rods. Of course, we can't see the backside yet. I don't see any chunks missing out of the caps. This would drive me nuts going down the road. Oh, something else I wanted to show you. This is the, back up a little so you can see where it came from. Okay, this is the cam seal. It was right in here. It looks like it was spun, but only on one side, which is really weird. See, all the paint's gone, all scuffed like it's spun. This side, well, there's a high spot there. Maybe it did spin and it just didn't get to the color here. But can you imagine? I pounded that in. You press them in. I probably glued. I know I glued it because it was RTV all over it. Yet somehow it managed to turn in the hole. Even scrape marks where it ran on the casting. Let's see right here where that gasket was. When I loosened it up, I broke it free from the RTV that was holding it, but I don't see any. Well, maybe a little bit over here. I don't see him real. Oh yeah, now I see it. Is it coming on camera? That shiny. There's one of my original advanced gears that everybody decided to steal my idea and undercut me. That was nice. Thank you very much. I bought the gears blank. I drilled my own holes. So it would install the 280 cam. I think they call it straight up. So this cam was installed straight up. That gear looks good. The only thing that's loose is this. I'm going to take that off. That's driving me nuts. To get that off, there's a cotter pin in here. We got to pull out. So this engine's seen better days. There's that. And then the pin should come right out. In this case, it should fall out. You should got to tap them out. Good grief. Look at that. Even on the outside, the oil it was pumping out was carrying babbitt bits with it. The safety wire on the transmission. Is that the source of our metal? Nope, still there. Cotter pins is still here. That's still here. The third one, still here. Alright, we'll get into this next, I guess, just to get the heavy part out of the way. Tear that down, we'll look at those gears. If you haven't seen the video for everything you need to know to rebuild a Model T transmission, go see that one first. There's a little X on here. I wonder if that's the spot. Okay, well, we explored. I'll see you tomorrow.